The next 6 months. The next 6 months. Don't be surprised. Hello, y'all. I'm Dianna Brianne. I don't give advice, suggestions, recommendations, or information. I am just here for entertainment purposes only. Okay? So, well, the next 6 months, I'm going to share with you my knowing, what I believe is what I get, my insights. And as you all know, I'm very spiritual. And I listen to my spirit in the morning. And I take about an hour in the early morning. And I listen quietly while I'm sitting up in bed with my cup of coffee. Or when I'm out on the running trail. Or, I feel like I get spiritual insights at any point in time or in the day. And yet, most often they flow early in the morning. And so I'm going to share with you what's come to me, what I believe. And remember, this is just my opinion. It's just my own personal insights that I use for me. So I don't give information or advice or anything else. So what do I see in the next 6 months? Well, I see a lot. I feel a lot, I should say. I sense that we are headed for some big changes, especially in the month of October. I feel like October is very, very pivotal. I'm probably going to do another video called Don't Get Distracted, Don't Be Distracted. Grandma used to say, if an adversary wants to win the game, they'll distract you. Your focus will be over there, and they'll actually be doing something totally different over here. So don't get distracted. I believe that we are in for big changes, a lot of changes, and not everyone is going to like those changes. Okay? And maybe the changes will not even be as good as what we have. I've talked a lot about storms. Well, when I started talking about storms, which was about 2.5 weeks ago, I did not exactly mean the huge storm that hit the country. But I was talking all about storms, and I was talking about going out and looking up at the weather, up in the sky, and even though it was sunny, a storm was coming. And that was about 2.5 weeks ago. And you all know the big storms that have taken place. And whether I was speaking figuratively or literally, I'm not even sure. And so this is the thing. I think we need to prepare ourselves for change. A lot of change. And I did a video called Don't Get Stuck at the Halfway Mark, or Don't Get Stuck in the Middle. Don't get stuck in the middle of a decision. When we become dependent upon more than the present moment, and we're kind of becoming more dependent upon what's going, like say a 2-part decision. This part happens today, and then this part will happen in a month from now. I'm doing my very best at avoiding 2-part decisions because we don't know if that second part will be able to take place in the manner or in the time frame that we so desire. And I was telling you my little story. I didn't give you specifics, but I was telling you my little story. And so sometimes we don't want to be stuck in the middle, or I would say not sometimes. I would not want to be stuck in the middle of any kind of decision at all. And, where I couldn't complete something. So we have to be very alert to decision making during this time. Decision making is very important. I see a lot of people who are preparing a lot of food. Well, that's nothing new for me because Grandma always taught me to have a food cellar. She always said, have that food cellar ready for that rainy day. Okay? Grandma had some very common sense wisdom, and she talked a lot about not letting yourself be distracted because somebody, there's reasons for everything. Sometimes we'll say, well, I don't understand why that's going on, but there's a reason. There's a reason for everything. When you have somebody who just kind of doesn't show up anymore or is not seen much around, there's a reason. They're somewhere else. Now, you know, you may not understand that reason fully, but sometimes they are somewhere else because for their own reasons that we don't understand. You know, we have to kind of talk in circles on here, okay? We can't really say exactly what we want to say always on social media, and so I talk in circles like Grandma said. So I just want to really share with you that in my perspective, and for my own self, like I said, I don't give advice or anything, but for my own self, I'm very prepared for tremendous change. I really see tremendous change, and I think a lot of people are very focused and distracted on one thing right now, but there's really a lot more things going on. And it's kind of a smoke screen, kind of a distraction. I did a video called Smoke Screen. Don't be fooled by the smoke screen or the distractions. Don't be looking over there when you really should be looking over here. Okay? So yes, I see the next 6 months as tremendous change. And I think, you know, I've done a lot of videos lately, talking in circles, of course, and I've talked about how during this time, your friendships may change. You'll make new friends, and you may lose some old ones, because people are not always in agreement and not in alignment. But don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Keep your eyes wide open, and, you know, do the right things, make the right decisions for your life. And just because everyone is hurting in a certain direction doesn't necessarily mean it's the right direction. It could be off the cliff. Remember, I think there was a little story about how all the sheep were going in a certain direction and they all went over the cliff. And the one little sheep stood behind and didn't go over the cliff. So we have to remember that just because everyone is saying something or doing something, it may not necessarily be right for us. Okay? I wish I didn't have to always talk in circles on here, but sometimes you just have to. You know, smart people know what I mean. They know what I mean when I talk about storms, when I talk about storms out there. I mean, it's a beautiful day out today, and I went out, and it was so beautiful. But I have to tell you, the other day, it was beautiful. And a little bit overcast, but it was beautiful. And I went out and I got caught in some light rain. It wasn't a storm, but it was some light rain. And so sometimes, you know, looks can be deceiving. I'd even asked my phone, is it going to rain today? And it said, no, not until like 7 o'clock. It didn't really rain, but it was a light rain. Well, I guess it was a rain. It was a light rain. And so, you know, it is what it is. And I think that the most important thing is to keep your faith. Keep your faith and take it one step at a time. And, you know, I believe that we are in for some big changes. Big changes. I see some major alignment and just big changes like maybe never before. Okay, and so yeah. That's what I wanted to come on here and say in my own way and in my circles sort of way, as Grandma used to tell me, if you can't say what you really mean, talk in circles. And so may God bless you. I hope you like, share, subscribe to all 5 of my channels. You know, I have 5 channels. Links are pinned to the top of the comment section below. And if the links are not working, as they sometimes don't work, just copy and paste the name of the title of my channel, and you'll be able to get to the other channels that way. Okay? And remember, I'm just here for entertainment purposes. I don't give information or advice. Okay? So may God bless you, and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.